Happy 2017, everyone. This is Derek. It's January 2nd, and this is the first of a quick 3-part tutorial for the Gematrinator, version 0.74, just uploaded today. This new file is available at one of the 2 links in the description. The first link is a zip file that contains an assortment of Excel files, including some searchable databases to get you started, in addition to various data spreadsheets. The second link is just the Gematrinator itself, which is all that's really required to run the application. Before beginning, a quick note to Mac users. At the moment, this file uses VBA functions that are not included in the Mac version, so as far as I know, you will not be able to use this on a Mac or in OpenOffice. I've only ever worked for companies that exclusively use Windows, so this was news to me following the original release. Macs appear to be missing a reference library called refedit.dll, and I don't believe there's a simple way to install it. If anyone watching this can get it to work or has any knowledge on this topic, please email me. I would love to make this full project available to users on all platforms. Eventually, the basic search functionality will be available online, but the Excel version can do so much more. So this first video is going to cover the basics of the Gematrinator tab, and will show you how to add or edit your own custom ciphers. As before, it's my suggestion you create a folder on your desktop or other common location so you can keep all relevant files in one place. Alright, after the splash screen, flip over to the Gematrinator tab. This is where you will conduct your searches. To begin a new search, click the big button, click the search term, or use the shortcut Ctrl+G or Alt+G. From the search menu, begin typing and the calculations from all selected ciphers will display as you go. To change the displayed ciphers, click the button here, or use the shortcut Ctrl+E from the Gematrinator tab. With the Pythagorean exceptions, keep in mind that only relevant ciphers will appear, meaning that you won't see the S exception results if there's no S in the search. Likewise, if you select both the S and KSV exceptions, you will only see the S exception if there are no Ks or Vs in the search. Similarly, you will only see the Francis Bacon results if you include a capital letter in the string. Now, the lower left part of this menu is for custom ciphers. To add a new one, first click Edit and then Add New. Enter a name for the cipher and fill in each letter with a numerical value. Zeros are allowed here. If you wish to make the value for uppercase letters different than their lowercase counterparts, click Differentiate Case. Unlike lowercase letters, you are allowed to leave the boxes for capitals blank. Doing so will give that character the same numerical equivalent as the lowercase. Click Save, and your new cipher will now be displayed in the list. Simply highlight its name, click Done, and you will see its results in your next search. You are allowed room for up to 16 custom ciphers. After you run a search, of course, you will get the calculations in each selected cipher. Below each result is that number reduced to a single digit, but the reduction will stop at master numbers 11, 22, or 33. A new feature in version 0.74 is the ability to double-click any of the cipher names to view the breakdown. As the #1 goal of this project is to help spread information, bloggers and forum users will find it useful to be able to copy the breakdown by simply clicking the button here or hitting C. If you want to modify the format the breakdown is displayed in, just click Options to tweak what you see. On the left side, you can choose what information to display, and on the right, you can modify the display for multi-word phrases. Either display the value for each individual letter, or show the entire sum of each word. The option to add a line break is also available. Another new feature is the Number Properties form. Now first off, if a phrase's calculated result is a prime, triangular, or Fibonacci number, it will say so above the cipher name and turn green. Otherwise, there will just be an info link you can also click to display the form. So this menu gives you some nice information. On top, you'll get the prime factorization. Below that is a breakdown of the number's position relative to each primary sequence list. Exact matches will turn green. To the left of these, the relative number of each list is shown. So for example, on this menu, we see that the 38th prime number is 163, The 38th triangular is 741, and the 38th Fibonacci number is, it's really big. Underneath that is a full list of divisors along with the count and sum. Much like the calculation breakdowns, you can simply click the checkbox on the lower left to enable click to copy. This will put the prime factors, sequence position, or list of divisors directly to your clipboard when you click them. It's also easy to navigate to the properties of a related number. Just click any of the blue underlined values you see, and the menu will refresh with that data. To enter a number manually, click the Change Number button or the number itself. Clicking Search for Matches will give you a list of words that sum to it, provided you have at least one searchable database enabled. I'll be covering that in the next video. I will note that this form works for all numbers up to 1 million, as the prime list has been expanded to include all prime numbers up to this value. You may enter numbers all the way up to 10 million, however, numbers over 1 million may not give you the prime factors, and it will take a bit longer to calculate. The last new addition I'll cover in this video is the search history. The most recent 100 searches you run are saved, and you can navigate backwards and forwards through them by using these buttons up top. Well, that's it for part 1. In part 2, I will explain how to create or open a database so you can start making some real connections.